Hello friends, today I am going to configure a simple HA configuration on Fortinet Firewall. So, let me start the devices on the topology. As you can see, it's a basic HA configuration for you to understand. In this topology, I got a main internet router and a normal L2 switch, 2 firewalls, and a PC connected to one of the network switch. Now I will configure the management interface for both firewalls, so I can access both and configure the HA first. Now both firewalls' management interface has been configured. Let me log into the both firewall using the management interface via browser. I am on the first firewall now. Before configuring the HA, let me change the basic settings like the firewall name and time zone and save it. Same thing I am going to configure on the second firewall. I am logging into the second firewall and update the firewall name and time zone and save it. Now let's go to the first firewall and start configuring HA. Go to System and then click on HA. On High Availability page, select Mode as Active Passive. This is the lab we are doing today. We will change the primary firewall's device priority as 200. Higher the priority will become the primary. Then on Cluster Settings, enter a group name and password. This should be same on both HA participating firewalls. Then session pickup will be enabled as well. So the active sessions will be replicated, so in the event of switchover, the traffic won't be affected. Now select the monitor interface and the heartbeat interface. Then reserve the management interface port as well and click OK. Now we can start doing the same HA settings on the secondary firewall. Once it's done, wait for the replication to happen. It will take some time to get completely synced between each other. As you have seen here, the device priority mentioned on the second firewall is 150, so this firewall will be the secondary one. Now HA configuration on both firewall has been completed. Now we have to wait. After some time we can refresh the page and see the status. You can see the primary firewall shows as synchronized. We have to wait for some time to get it completely in sync. Meanwhile, we can start configuring the remaining configuration on the primary firewall, which is FW1, and check whether internet is working. We can check the HA status on the secondary firewall and refresh the page. On the firewall, we can see the primary and secondary firewall's details with its priority hostname and its role. Thus, we can understand the HAs in process. Let me test the internet connectivity on the primary firewall. On our current setup, the WAN port on the firewall is configured as DHCP. We will change to static IP and configure a static route and test the internet connectivity. I am updating the alias name for the internet connecting port as WAN. Change the DHCP IP as static and save it. Now I am creating a default route and checking the connectivity. So as you can see, the internet is working. Now let's start configuring the LAN port. Go to the network, select port 2, click Edit, update the alias name and change the port mode to static. Then enter the IP address of that port and enable the services such as HTTPs and ping and click Save. Since we made some configuration on the primary firewall, we can go to the secondary firewall and check whether the changes are replicating to the secondary firewall. Thus, we can know the HA is working well. In our case, we can see the interface details and the static route we created on the primary firewall on the secondary firewall as well. That means HA is working as expected. let's configure the client PC connected on the LAN switch with an IP, and check the connectivity to the firewall. I noticed that the firewall policy is missing, so now I have to create one to allow traffic. Now go ahead and create a firewall policy to allow traffic from LAN to WAN. Since it's a test environment, we will create a base settings to test the reach ability. After the policy is applied, the client PC can reach internet. It took some time, and now the HA is completely synchronized. Now let's test the HA. We will test it by shutting down the primary firewall, and at the same time we can monitor the open ping which we left open on the client PC. We can see that the secondary firewall has become the primary, and the traffic is active without any packet loss. Now let's turn on the primary firewall and see whether it comes online in the HA list. Now both firewalls are active on the HA cluster. By this we have finished configuring a basic HA with Fortinet. You can trial same lab on your test lab and let me know the status. See you soon with another lab. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe my channel.